Great, the glasses literally just broke while I was about to start recording this video. Amazing. I just wanted to say congratulations to everyone who's watched this video and everyone who's just done their exams. I just want to say a big congratulations to all of you. I'm so proud of you regardless of the results you've received, and I just wanted to let you know that I'm proud. You did a good job regardless of what you think. See, results day can go either one or two ways. You either love your results or you either hate them, and regardless, this is a very monumental day as it does change the trajectory of your life. And I, on the other hand, I hated my results. I won't lie, I hate my results. And it changed the trajectory of my life, so I thought I'd give some advice and some insight on what to do on this day and the weeks coming forward as you start planning for just uni life in general. Maybe you want to take a gap year, or maybe you want to resit your exam, and just talk about my clearing story. I talked about this as well in my TikTok video, which I talked briefly before results day, and what you should do to prepare. So for example, you first have to set out all your outcomes. If you haven't set out all your outcomes, you should. And then what you will do, for example, would you ask for a retake in the exam? Would you ask them to remark your exams? Or would you also just decide that you want to go a different pathway in a whole in general, or set up a gap here, for example? Set out what exactly you were going to do for the grades you got. And on the day, you must be as realistic as possible. I know, you want to be the Lulu is the Salulu, but let's be realistic here. These are the grades you've got, and let's see if you can enter a certain uni or certain institution with these grades. Remember that clearing can also take a while as well. I know a few people who literally got into some of their dream apprenticeships or dream roles or even dream unis. Not even just dream, but just unis that fit them and suit them days after results day. For example, when I get into my story for a bit, some people get into their uni. I literally got into mine 3 days after results day. So don't stress too much about not finding a uni or not finding a place somewhere, because you will find some. Remember to not be discouraged and don't beat yourself up. Of course, I know you're probably going to feel like it's the end of the world, and it's not the end of the world. There'll be a new day tomorrow. But I understand that feeling, and I understand the shame and disappointment you may feel if you didn't get the results you wanted. But remember that it is not the end of the world, and you tried your best, and that's really all that matters. Really think of this failure. I don't like to call it failure. That's just not a word I like to use. But think of it as a first draft, okay? Nobody writes a perfect story. Nobody writes a perfect song. Nobody writes a perfect exam. Everything that looks perfect now first started messy and then was perfected later. Remember, you can do better, and you will do better next time. And if you didn't do as well as you could have, remember that that's not failure. That's just proof you just got more in you. Every setback is honestly just fuel for you to do better and push forward, because you can. Now I'll be talking about my clearing story and just advice I've learned from my clearing story, and just to help you all with how I got into uni. So results day was pretty okay, since I was still on holiday abroad, and with my situation was that I had mine online, so I was able to just see them online. I didn't have to enter the school premises, etc. So I just opened them online. Only issue was I was abroad and I was far, so literally the Wi-Fi wasn't working properly, and to make phone calls you have to use a SIM card as well for clearing. I already knew I was going to go into clearing anyways because I didn't get my initial choices, so I had to see that if I got the grades I'll go into clearing. Sadly, I didn't get the grades, but I did get in through clearing, and I realized that I had to go into a different program and I had to study something alternative, and that was a choice I personally made. Do I recommend studying something alternative? Definitely, if you wish. I still wanted to continue my education, and I felt like I would be able to progress more as a human being and just as a person, growing into the woman that I want to be if I were to go into a separate career and then build upon the dream career I wanted to do. So obviously I then decided that this would be what I had to do, this is the path I had to take, and I just kept calling multiple numbers on the phone. It was a back and forth. It was tiring, it was stressful, I was tired, I was disappointed. We'll get into the shame part later, especially with dealing with family, etc. Yeah, at the end of the day, I realized that I tried my best, and this is all I've got to do. Don't let this moment push you down. You've started and you can't end this journey. You have to keep going. So then I decided that uni in London is where I would be studying. I kind of always wanted to study in London anyways. I felt like that was a no-brainer. It's just the type of institution I wanted to study, and obviously the program I would then be studying, hence the degree. Yet, even though that's not what I aimed to have in mind, I still managed to make the most of my situation and deal with what I have and just make the best of my situation and just build upon that. Remember that every journey isn't going to look perfect at the start. It's obviously going to be messy, and it's up to you to then perfect it and make it your own, really. Remember that just because you failed this time doesn't mean you will not win the next. Because of obviously all the results day stuff coming in and all the results day chatter and all the results day just news and stories flooding around, I just thought I'd talk about it because I just feel very strongly in that moment. And I know a few people, it may not be a lot, and that doesn't matter how many people will resonate or understand what I'm trying to say. It's the fact that I'm talking to you and that you understand, and I want you to understand that I'm here and I've been through something similar and you are not alone. Okay, and congratulations regardless, because you did your hardest, you tried your best, and that's the whole point, and that's what matters. And the fact that you're able to understand and motivate yourself to keep pushing more, because this is not the end destination. You've got years of your life ahead of you, and you've got years to not only make a change but to do better for yourself, because you deserve better. And on this note, I wanted to just say congratulations to you all, those who received their results and they received amazing results and they had a great experience, and those who didn't have the greatest experience and then received the greatest results that they wanted. Congratulations to everyone. Sitting exams are not easy, and I understand that it was a tough process and you were able to overcome at the end of the day. For those who are still struggling to find uni and clearing options, please keep pushing. You've got this. It's not the end of the world, and you will find a place. And not only that, if you are still debating if you want to take the gap year, or if you also want to just resit the exams in general, remember that there are people like you who are doing this. And if you ever need any help, or if you ever need any motivational sort, please look through other videos on my page and just let me know in the comments below, and I can link you up with some similar people who went through similar things this time last year. Anyways, congratulations again. You've got this. Remember to stay sexy and smart, and I will see you all later. Bye.